Namaskar. At the outset, I
Recording in
extend
progress.
I extend my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to the entire team of UGC-HRD and Narain Vyas University, and especially Dr. Sachin Gupta, my good friend, for the invitation and extending this wonderful learning opportunity this afternoon. And it's a great opportunity for me, in fact, to be with all the learned participant this afternoon. It's a great and rare a case wherein I can share my little knowledge and probably learn a lot of inputs from all of you in the process of my engagement this afternoon. A very happy belated Happy New Year to all of you, and I hope that all of you are doing well and in good health. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Now, the topic which is I'm going to talk is a skill requirement for Industry 4.0. As we know that since the pandemic started 2 years back, all of us, all of us went to online because there was no other choice, right? And it was a compulsion rather. Initially, we had difficulties. Many people, they were hesitant to go on online. Many people thought that this pandemic will go off after a few months. So let us be in the offline mode or in the same mindset and let the pandemic goes off and hopefully we'll all get back to the campus. But that did not happen, right? That did not happen. And it was a forced choice, but the choice is good for all of us. And we have seen that not the academic world, the entire corporate community, they have come online. And at the same time, we all teachers, students, across the world, we all have come online and we're doing quite well. And we're used to this mode. We have learned new LMS, we have learned new technologies, and we have kept ourselves at the pace with the changes. I think that's very important. Someone said that those people are really doing well, those who have changed very fast during the onset of this particular pandemic. Yesterday, I was listening to World Economic Forum, one panel discussion. And one of the speakers was Mr. This Bharti Enterprise CEO, Sunil Mittal. And he was talking something very, very fantastic. He was talking like, we do talk about inclusion, financial inclusion. We talk about gender equity, correct? Now, people are talking about digital inclusion. Even close to 3 to 4 billion people in the world, they don't have the internet connectivity, right? 2 billion people, approximately, they don't have their bank account. In this condition, especially in the African regions, how digital conversion or the digital transformation can bring in the equality wherein all of these people, they get access to the education, access to the basic needs. I think the situation has come to this stage. There are a lot of reports in the newspaper. And one report by McKinsey, it says that the digital conversion, what is supposed to happen for the next 10 years, that has happened in last 1 year. So see the kind of transformation we all are going through. That's something unprecedented. And we can see that in last 2.5 years, this pandemic, they have a lot of impacts on the corporate. Some of the sectors like hospitality, tourism, transportation sectors are badly hit. Even small, medium enterprise sectors was also badly hit. But some of the sectors, they did quite well. And the number one sector is FMCG. FMCG growth is unprecedented, manifold for last 2.5 years. On a similar line, the medical sector, the health insurance sector, and especially the cloud kitchen like Zoom and Swiggy, they did quite well for last few years. And today, we cannot think of that any business which does not have its digital presence. I think it's essential that all the business, they have that digital presence. A similar line, many academic institutions, they did not have that kind of IT architecture initially, but they could pick it up in the process. And today, not only online classrooms, online teaching learning, but online assessment, online group discussions, extracurricular activities, co-curricular activities, everything is happening online, and that's the beauty. That's the change we have adopted, and we are successful in this. But keeping this in mind, and with the progress, okay, and this pandemic has forced us to think beyond the horizon, and how the academic sector and the corporate sector going to change over a period of time, probably maybe 2030 or 2050, how it is going to change. I think that's the big question mark, and that's, I believe, that we all individuals, not only from academic but from the corporate also, we need to change ourselves and certain skill sets what we need to embrace over a period of time. I think that particular area I need to focus upon during my course of deliberation this afternoon. Now, if we look back, okay, we call industry 1.0, industry 2.0, industry 3.0, 4.0, right? So industry 1.0, I'm sure that all of us know, it typically indicates 18th century, wherein it connects with the water and steam powered machines, especially if we look at all the industrial revolution, okay, and if we look about the industry 2.0, the next, it talks about the electrical energy and directly connected with the production. And the academic world also keep pace with the industrial revolution, because both are interconnected, and we cannot detach academic world to the corporate world. That's why there is so much focus today. We're talking about industry institute partnership, and a lot of initiatives are already been taken by the UGC and AICT, how to bridge the gap between industry and academic. Because the way industry changing, academic, we need to keep pace with the changes, because at the end of the day, that our students, our outcome, the result, that going to be absorbed by the corporate world. So these are both way, with both parties are interested, stakeholders here, besides government and other stakeholders. And if we talk about industry 3.0, it talks about something like the development of transistor and integrated circuits and automated manufacturing and the production process typically. And industry 4.0 is the advent of the internet. Okay, that's industry 4.0. We call about smart manufacturing. We talk about robotics, right? We talk about Internet of Things, IoT. Now, what IoT generally, it describes that network of physical objects, things that are embedded with the sensors and softwares and other technologies for the purpose of connecting and exchanging data. So we are into industry 4.0, but today we talk about usage of augmented reality, virtual reality. Many institutions, they have developed their e-labs. Okay, labs are being successfully done over the internet platform. We have the innovation incubator, online incubator, wherein ideas are hatched and mentored. Okay, so a lot of developments we could see for last 2.5 years, and it is worth noticing that our UGC and AICT and the government have taken enough initiatives to boost, okay, and capture this development and make it so that we can further make use of it to reach out. And one thing is the difficult thing, what in the process of last 2.5 years, all of us have seen is the bandwidth issue, right? Bandwidth issue in the rural sector. And we have seen in the beginning in the newspaper, the students are riding on the top of the trees and with their laptop and studying. Some students are going up on the hill and for the low internet connections, low bandwidth issues. But those kind of things we don't see today. I think most of the things have been addressed for last 2.5 years, thanks to this Digital India initiatives, which was taken much before this pandemic by the present government. And it was a boon for India because it helped. People never thought that in the village side, people will pay through Paytm using UPI, but that is no distant dream. It's happening everywhere. The tea stall, the roadside vendors, everyone is having today Paytm or GPay, Beam, whatever UPI based applications are there. That's something beauty of this Digital India movement, the digital transformation. Now, starting in India, movement by Government of India is also helping the Indian sector, education sector, able to showcase in front of the world. Similar line, now this startup a day. A few days back, it was announced by Honorable Prime Minister after the grand initiatives of Atmanirbhar Bharat. I think these all are giving enough impetus to the youth, the confidence, the hope. Yes, we Indians also, we can do and we can prove, and it's happening. India has regained its position in the world in a new way in the last few years. The number of unicorns in India with startups is tremendous. We know that Baiju, is the number one tech company in the world. That's something mesmerizing. We know the case of Zoho, how Zoho is doing wonder. We know there are so many examples in India, the startups which have made significant impact in the world. And we have that kind of talents or that kind of resources that we can reclaim our position in the world as one of the top few powerful countries in the world, and that's process already started. Now industry 4.0, today many people still are talking about industry 5.0, and we know that in China they have already tested a 6G network. US and the China 5G network is very common in China and US, but in India also soon we'll get the 5G tower, hopefully. And that will bring in massive transformation, in not only in the corporate but also in the academic world, because it all depends on the bandwidth, what kind of bandwidth we have. Now, few of the skills what we could think of, that because which we have come to know due to certain challenges in the last 2.5 years. Many of the things, I would like to mention that many of the things which we thought before and accepted as general principle, but those things proven wrong due to this pandemic. Pandemic has taught us that less is more, small is beautiful, and to lead a happy, healthy life, we don't need so many things, luxurious things, right? This pandemic has taught us we need to collaborate with the people. We need to have empathy with the other people. We need to share our sorrows, and we need to come out of our comfort zone to help our friends, colleagues, and the neighbors. And these all are possible only because of this pandemic. And this has taught many lessons. This has taught also that many people have come out with innovative technologies during last 2.5 years, and all are proven successful. Whether it is GeoMeet, which came only after this pandemic started, which is a good success. Few companies which are really did quite well. One is Reliance, the Adani Group, and the EdTech companies. They have done fantastic, and we could see that there are n number of startups in the EdTech space for last 2.5 years to address the problem. As a startup in the mentor, I'd like to mention that there is one mentee in Hyderabad. He developed one applications, and these applications, even there is low bandwidth, very poor signal strength internet connection, but still online classes can be engaged. And he made a demonstration also in the Ministry of Education about his innovation. So a lot of small innovations are happening, which has the potential to bring sea change, in the academic world or in the corporate. Some of the skills, what essentially we need, whether we are academicians or we are corporate entity or we are entrepreneur, anyone, this pandemic has taught us, and these skills are not few soft skills, which are known today as power skills. These are the power skills. These are the power. The number one is the communication, the teamwork. I think communication is one of the skills in the context of this pandemic. It has become very, very crucial. As we all are working remotely from home, right? And there were a lot of research, a lot of surveys on this, connecting with the people, those who are working from the home, it has become a big challenge. Sometimes the top authority, they feel that anytime they can give a call to the employees, right? There is no 8 hours working structure. Anytime they can send an email to the employees, and they expect that the immediate no reply of that. So many people, they have questioned this particular attitude. There is so much stress being at home, working from home, but research says that productivity has gone up. In fact, the productivity has enhanced working from home, WFH working from home or WFA working from anywhere. These are highly productive, especially in the case of corporate sector. And even though in case of education sector, especially, I'm indicating to higher education, because no primary education and lower primary education, they have the different challenges because their students are not matured enough, okay, to understand the concepts until unless you demonstrate, you involve in some kind of activities, all the stuff. But in higher educations, I think we all are matured, grown up enough, we have seen enough, some 10 15 years already academic experience. Then we come to UG and PG course, so we have certain background, we have certain maturity and understanding to pick up the concepts over online. So number one is the communication and the teamwork, what I was referring to, what this pandemic has taught us, how we can communicate with the employees or with the fellow colleagues, those who are working from the home, because they also have the stress. What kind of mechanisms we can have? Can we have some kind of special incentives for them? I'm not talking in terms of money. How we can engage these employees so that they feel good at home, even they work from the home, there is no boredom to that. It's not monotonous. I think that is very, very important. This communication is not about how good we talk in English or in other language. It's about connecting with the people, those who are working from the home. We know that there is many papers which research studies on the fatigue, okay, the video conference fatigue, okay, and this has become a lot of stress on the video conferencing, okay, and this stress, how we can de-stress our employees, I think that's one area we must look into, and we need to focus on this area. The second one is the leadership and the management. I think that's one area, again, is the hot topic today. And we know a few days back, the Beta.com CEO Vishal Garg, he fired 900 employees around the world through Zoom conference. Through Zoom conference, he fired 900 employees. Okay, you can think of what kind of the mindset that person has and how it has impacted on the lives of so many employees. I think this we need to understand. The leadership and the management has to understand that we all are passing through difficult time, and in this difficult time, each one of us are giving our best. Each one of us are giving our best productivity, our best performance for the company, and even for individual performance. So let us not follow the footsteps of Vishal Garg. We need to, that's what people refer to great resignation for last 2 years. Okay, a lot of employees were laid off. There is salary cut off, no increment. Okay, so all these we have seen in the newspaper. We have seen in our neighborhood. A lot of people have lost jobs. I am from Bangalore. I have seen in Bangalore some people are holding banner, okay, and placard wherein they mention that I am forced to leave so and so company. Please help me. So this is a kind of situation. It's not everything is very goody-goody. Okay, there are challenges, but we need to overcome these challenges. So we need the empathetic leadership. That's what people are talking about. The empathetic, the leadership which understands the problem. The leaders who can give a strong hand to their employees to support, because this pandemic will not stay for long, right? It has to fade away. And we have seen that the third wave, even the number of infection is on the rise. But all doctors and experts, they say is that viral infection is not that fatal. And the hospitalizations and the need of oxygen is reduced. And quarantine time also reduced from 14 to 7 days. And most of the people, unless they have some comorbidity, okay, they are getting well in 3 to 4 days of time. So slowly, I hope, this is my personal opinion, we all know this thing, that virus is getting weakened. And I hopefully that slowly, we'll get rid of this. And this leadership and management, they need to understand that how much efforts the people are putting, okay, and they're giving their best and they need to really think of their employees and support them in the best possible way, so that they can also overcome the challenges due to this pandemic, whether it is related to their mental states, related to their financial conditions, etc. Now, the next area is some of the tactical skills what really corporate and academic worlds they need to look into. Okay, this is due to the pandemic and the emerging issues due to the pandemic. And number one, I think academic world, they have responded very well in terms of engaging classes, teaching, learning, and we have seen that regular classes are being handled, teaching, learning is happening quite productively in all the institutions across India. And the UGC and ICT, they have given all supports to the institutions to go full-fledged to engage the students, so that this social distancing should not lead to any kind of knowledge distancing. And it's happening. People are getting the knowledge, people are getting what they're supposed to get. And the beauty of this online is that most of the institutions, they are able to connect with the good speakers, good resource person, anywhere from India, even from the abroad, with very, very minimum expenses, which otherwise we cannot think of getting a resource person, a speaker from abroad. All cost, traveling cost and stay, everything we need to bear it. But this pandemic has helped us to connect with the good speakers. I think students are largely benefited out of it. But having said that, there are certain challenges being in online. Okay, some challenges always that will be there, but we need to accept it. And assessment, online assessment is happening quite well nowadays. Initially there was some problem in the assessment, and we have seen in the newspaper that some institutions, they have taken the exam in the Google form and all the stuff, because there was not that kind of awareness. Number one, there was not that kind of architecture in the initial days. But as of now, right now at present, I think the academic world, especially in India, we're doing quite well. We have the LMS. There are so many LMS, more than 900 LMS at present in India, okay, by the different companies. And Canvas, Moodle, a fantastic LMS which we can use for assessment. We can use to upload our PowerPoint, the course content, and even classes we can conduct. I think this is 360-degree facilities and features are extended to all of us. I think that's something fantastic, and all the institutions, they have embraced one or other kind of LMS and video conferencing platform. We have the Google Meet and Zoom Meet and GoToMeeting and so on and so forth. And I think the online education today, the online platform has become so common, and we all are so comfortable using it. And instead of but hopefully we'll get back, and that's what people are talking about. That moving forward is the blended mode. Okay, certain percentage of classes must be there online, because online helps to get connected with the top resources around the world. I think that's, which otherwise is a very costly affair. If we get good speakers from outside on face-to-face mode, because a lot of expenses are involved. Now, certain areas, I think, where we need to really focus on. There are many misconceptions actually on the digital conversion initially. Okay, especially from the corporate perspective. As I mentor many startups, I've seen that startups, they feel that digital transformation or conversion means just to have presence in the web and demonstrate our product and services on the web, and that's it. I think that's not the digital conversion. Digital transformation is how better customer experience we can give it to our prospective customers. Okay, the experience we can give it to our prospective customers. I think that is very, very important. Whether it's an interactive, whether their feedback, whatever feedback they submit, whether they get immediate response. That's what there are many. Chatbot is there immediately to respond the queries of the customers. I think that experience is very, very important. Even in the similar line for the academic world also, I think that experience for the students have any doubt whether we are able to address that doubt immediately or not. I think that is happening. Fantastic. Initially, mentoring and counseling was tough. No. Initial days of on the online mode, but today I think that is also structured. Okay, online mentoring and counseling is also happening for the students, which is otherwise in the offline mode is a weekly affair. Every week, one day, we have the mentoring and counseling for the students. There are certain more areas like HR area and the talent development area. I think this particular program itself by the UGC and HRD for the skill upgradation. So these last 2.5 years, there are n number of programs supported by the UGC, HRD, AICT, okay, and also the institutions have come forward in the form of some seminar conference or certification programs. Okay, many initiatives are taken to upskill the teachers, students, and the general public, okay, for their skill upgradation as far as the technology is concerned, as far as the digital transformation is concerned, the teaching learning on online mode. Okay, there are certain things which makes online teaching different from the offline mode in terms of the lesson plan, in terms of the delivery, in terms of the the assessment, the evaluation, and the question paper setting. I think these all different. Okay, around 60-70% different what we do in the offline mode and what it's supposed to be in the online mode. I think that is a lot of programs have been happening for last 2.5 years. So HR and talent development are very, very active, not only in the corporate, but academic world has responded very strongly. And we can see the changes. Okay, academic world is very comfortable now. Even there is third waves, but everywhere classes are happening. Classes are going on, all are engaged, students engaged, teachers engaged, and learning is happening. That's very, very important. Now, if you want to connect with these particular things with the education sector, especially the kind of transformations, the evolution is happening, industry 1.0 to 2.0, 3.0 to 4.0, and looking forward, the 5.0 and 6.0 were in more focus on artificial intelligence. But many companies are taking a back seat because of artificial intelligence can overtake the human intelligence. Then that becomes a big challenge. There is one school in Bangalore, Indus International School. Before the pandemic, that's the first school in India which started robot teacher, and a teacher used to take the classes. It was reported in Times of India newspaper. Okay, so we have made significant progress in this particular aspect, and we teachers have embraced new technologies. We have come out of our comfort zone. We have picked up new tools, digital tools, new technologies, so that we can perform better, so that we can deliver better to the students. Some of the attributes or skills what generally in generic, okay, we teachers need to embrace are those. The number one, we can say that embrace change with positivity. That's what I said in the beginning. Any change is good if it is for the betterment. Some changes, whenever there is anything to be changed, we have very strong resistance. Okay, we have very strong resistance to change. Okay, but this time even there was resistance, but the pandemic, okay, forced us to change, and we all have embraced change with positivity, picked up new tools, techniques, okay, and digital skills, which is proven highly productive not only for the teachers but for the entire academic world. Collaborate, and collaborate. I think this is the second skills. As I said, this pandemic has taught us that we need to give a strong hand holding. Okay, we need to collaborate with other institutions. Teachers from one institutions need to collaborate with others, and we could see that now the senior teachers, like mentors, they're coming forward. Whenever we send invitation to them, they are ready to share their experiences with the others. Okay, that's something fantastic which we have never experienced before. But today, that is very, very positive aspect. All are coming forward to change their skill sets with the others here, so that all can develop. Be creative. I think another way is the be creative. I have seen some teachers, even they're calling over the phone to the students, those who are having difficulty speaking with them, counseling over the phone beyond their virtual classrooms. They're communicating. They have the WhatsApp group. Okay, even they have the this Twitter and Facebook group extensively being used for educational purposes. Okay, we have the social media today, right? If you can rightfully use it, I think we can definitely definitely become productive in terms of whatever we need to deliver or connect or transfer to the students. And we have been doing it very, very successfully. That's something very, very interesting. Having a sense of humor. I think online interactions and the teaching learning on the video mode, okay, often we think that it's a little bit monotonous. So that's what as a teachers we need to be humorous to de-stress ourselves, to de-stress to the students, and we have been doing it very, very successfully. I think that these are the skill sets what really we need to focus on. Now, along with the Industry 4.0, today we are talking about Education 4.0. Okay, Education 4.0 is directly connected with the fourth industrial revolution, the advent of internet, the automations, the artificial intelligence, robotics, the machine learning, how we can make use of this. And we have been already use of this using blockchain technology, the certificate depository, okay, by the government, when all certificates can be deposited online, anyone can verify using the blockchain technology. So you can see that technologies are extensively being used. Okay, now credit transfer, as per the NEP 2020, credit transfer facility, one student can pursue some credit from one institutions, then next institutions. All those are used using the technology. I think that's something very, very fantastic. The progress we have made, India has made in the education space. Creativity is the foundation of Education 4.0. We need to encourage, motivate the students to take up the challenges and head on. And it has been happening. We are successful in doing this. Education 4.0 will require gradual paradigm shifts. Demand-led instead of supply-led educations. I think that's one area. That's why we see that some of the companies, the edtech companies that are doing so well. Very simply learn on Academy, Udemy, okay, even most of the institutions, they have come out for skill upgradations through the certification programs and short-term courses. And this is proven very fruitful for all of us, because the industry is changing so fast. We call it the VUCA world. The changes so fast, the technology is changing so fast, the management practice is changing so fast. It's not always possible to keep the syllabus very, very dynamic, because syllabus or course curriculum changes. It needs minimum 2 years time, because a lot of process, board of studies, and all these things it need to take into account. So it takes time. So these certification programs are really helping the students to become employable. I think they are doing quite well. Okay, and these are known as the micro credentials. They're highly focused, personalized, courses which caters to upgrade the skills as per the industry requirement. Now, this particular pandemic also taught us, which we call this Education 4.0, about the lifelong learning. All the time we need to learn, because this VUCA world and so many changes are happening. Okay, so that's in it. Even the modular degree, instead of one shot going, the modular degree, because of now the credit transfer by the NEP 2020, I think, which is in line with the modular the approach. Okay, modular degree approach, emphasis on EQ along with IQ. So IQ is not alone can make an individual successful, but the emotional quotient. That's why today there is renewed focus on ESL, emotional social learning. Lot of research is being conducted on the emotional social learning area. and how this can be. We know that Delhi government is the first to introduce the happiness course in the curriculum, right? That's something very, very fantastic. That's something very, very good start. Okay, good start. But emotional learning, I think this one area we need to look into, and how we can integrate this particular aspect to take care of the emotions of the students. That's no matter of time, and I'm sure that emotional and social learning will be a part of the curriculum, so that students are de-stressed and they are happy, they are positive. Okay, so these areas we need to look into. Remote learning, no opportunities. This education 4.0, the remote learning, and we know that UGC and they have given many universities to start online educations based on their performance in the NAC inspection, the grading, and that's something very, very positive things, because online educations today, we cannot stay back. We cannot stay back. Whole world has come into the online platform, and India has taken time-bound, correct measures, action plan, so that they can reach out. They can reach out to the people, those who are interested to pursue their higher education through online mode from the universities. I think these are some of the very, very positive sides of Indian higher education sector. And I hopefully these courses should be made available to the students abroad as well under the Start in India program. I think that would be more appropriate, so that we can get more foreign students to study our university programs in the online mode, and that's going to happen very soon. Some of the areas and some of the in terms of teaching learning methods, we know there are many methods we talk about in the teaching learning, but today we see that project based learning has become very, very essential, because as students are based in their home, in their own place. So how we can make them learning, because the lab is not happening properly. So can we assign them mini project? Okay, mini project at home, they can do it, and then they can make a presentations, and teaching learning can happen very, very successful based on the project. This can be group based project learning as well. So project-based learning, PBL, has become very popular in last 2.5 years, because students are not able to meet face-to-face. They're not able to visit industry. So definitely they can give a small project wherein they can search internet, they can Google their information, and they can prepare the report and make a presentation. Based on that, discussion can happen. I think that's the kind of real-time learning wherein industry visit and industry lectures in face-to-face mode are not happening. I think that's what we talk about, that in this digital platform, we need to be highly creative, we need to innovative, so that we can come out with innovative ways to ensure that students learn what they're supposed to learn. Building digital skills, I think that's very important. Today we talk about social capital, right? Social capital, how a person is appreciated, respected in the society, okay, based on his or her education, the status and the job, the salary, whatever it is. Now today we're talking about digital capital. Okay, digital capital. Okay, what kind of online reputation, especially mentioned as ORM, online reputation management. If anybody wants to search about somebody, the first thing he or she does, okay, Google the name of that person, okay, and try to find out who is this person is. So how many different platforms you have, you are present, what is your work, what is your contributions you have made, okay. So everything can be visible today. So that's your digital capital. What kind of capital you have, what strike rate you have in the internet. Okay, so that is very, very important today. Your presence or your contributions, let the world knows about it. There is nothing wrong into it. And probably you can get connected with a lot of other opportunities wherein you can further contribute. I think the sharing, caring, learning, which I popularly say, I think that's the way forward. So the digital capital, okay, and that can only you can build a strong digital capital when you know the digital tools and techniques, okay, very well. I think that's very, very important. Okay, how to make use of the social media platform, whether it is Twitter, whether it is Instagram, and I have seen many teachers, they're coming out with the beautiful lectures, the short lectures in YouTube Short and Instagram Reel. So, see, these platforms are used for multiple different purposes. But as a teacher, I believe that we can too make use of this to spread our knowledge or whatever good expertise we have in certain areas to connect. Let the knowledge flow freely. There is no copyright, right? There is no copyright. And as a teacher, we should not claim copyright for everything. We should, share it freely so that, the people, those who are in the need, they can listen to us. They can know some new things. Okay, that's the beauty. I do it. Okay, I'm very strongly present in social media, and I try to connect. I share different quizzes. Okay, good thoughts, recent developments in the management and education sector. And a lot of interaction happens through this way. One person said, what is the need of publishing paper in the journal when the social media is there? And there will be a time when a paper will be published in the social media which has millions of subscribers and access than in a particular journal through their website. And that's, I believe, it will happen, if not now, even 5 years from now. It's all about your work, the visibility, the acceptance of the people, and how strongly you reach to the different parts of the world, your work. I think that is very, very important. So some white papers, some good thoughts, some good positive vibes. As a teachers, we all need to spread to build a strong community. That's very, very important. Top 10 digital skills, okay, given by the World Economic Forum. They've suggested 10 skills for education 4.0. Okay, I'll just tell the skills. These are self-explanatory. The number one is the complex problem solving because of this VUCA world, volatile, uncertainty, complex, and ambiguity. Okay, so the complex problem solving skills, one, critical thinking skills. Okay, critical thinking skills. Critical thinking, when a problem is given, how we analyze the problem, how we do a root cause analysis, and how we can come out with the conclusion. So that's very important. The third point is the creativity. Okay, people say that teachers should be entrepreneur. Teacherpreneur. Okay, the new word is coined, teacherpreneur. Each teacher should be an entrepreneur. That's very, very important. And here, entrepreneur does not mean you need to own a business at the same time. If you can do that, there's nothing bad in that. You can bring in the hands-on knowledge to the classroom. But entrepreneur means entrepreneurial. All teachers must be creative, innovative in their way. I think that's very, very important. The people management is the fourth skills. I said that this pandemic has brought the people more closer, okay, because we need, when we are in trouble, health issues, we need the support of our neighbor, our family, friends. So we have become, all people, they have come together. The coordination with others, that's another skills. The emotional intelligence, time and again, because of the stress, because of the lot of challenges, thrown due to this COVID, this pandemic to us. Okay, and the judgment and decision-making skills, another area. The service orientations, the negotiations, and the cognitive flexibility, the understanding, the learnability, the ability to learn fast any tools and technologies and put it into action. So these are the 10 skill sets what Education 4.0 under Education 4.0 World Economic Forum has suggested, and I'm sure that all of us know aware of it, and all of us are good at it. So as we come to end of my brief talk, I'll just expect some good these interactions at the end, because interaction helps the free flow of knowledge from all of us, and all of us can benefit from each other's sharing views, and that helps in the learning. And that's this dialogue, that conversation. I won't say dialogue, monologue. I'll say conversation. The conversation is the best way, okay, in a collaborative learning process wherein all of us can learn from each other. I think that's the beauty of being online. So looking forward, as many research says, and we also in the opine that this blended teaching learning mode is going to sustain for longer time. Okay, even though we come back to the face-to-face mode completely, but this will remain there because of certain benefits of being on the online. And I'm thankful. I'm extremely thankful to the entire team of UGC-HRD and Jainar Vyas University, Dr. Sachin Gupta, for extending this wonderful learning opportunity to share my views on this skill requirement for Industry 4.0 and leading to a good conversation which will happen from now. So I just stop myself here. Probably we can share our views more in the conversation in the discussion part. So I request please someone to take over from me and keep the forum open so that we can have some good question answer, please.
So now the session is open for question and answers. You can ask your question if you have any. Please ask your question if you have any. So I think there is okay.
थैंक यू सर, बहुत ब्रीफली और काफी अच्छे से आपने एक्सप्लेन किया. मेन यही निकल कर आया है कि मतलब क्रिएटिव आइडियाज लेने चाहिए टीचर को, या जो भी क्लास लेने वाला है. जैसे मैं एज अ टीचर हूँ, तो मुझे अगर अपने क्लास में स्टूडेंट्स को इंटरेक्ट करना है, उनको उनका कंट्रीब्यूशन लेना है, तो मुझे उनके अंदर से ही क्रिएटिव आइडियाज ढूंढने होंगे. एम आई राइट सर?
हाँ जी मैम, आपने सही कहा है. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है, मैंने देखा हूँ. मेरा वाइफ भी प्रिंसिपल है यहाँ पे एक स्कूल में बेंगलोर में. तो मैंने देखा हूँ कई टाइम ऐसे होते हैं, जैसे बच्चे लोग जो हैं ऑनलाइन जब क्लास होते हैं, वो लोग उनको पकड़ पे नहीं पाता अच्छी तरह से, जो कंसेप्ट जो होते हैं. तो क्या करते हैं, मैंने देखा वो लोग बाद में फ़ोन में बात करते हैं उनसे, फिर उनके पेरेंट्स से बात करते हैं, उनका पास क्या प्रॉब्लम है, क्या डिफ़िकल्टीज़ है, और उनका एक्स्ट्रा क्लास भी लगाया जाता है, रेमेडियल क्लास, एक्सक्लूसिवली लाइक ट्यूशन क्लासेस लगाया जाता है स्कूल की तरफ से. और मेरा ख्याल से मैं ये सोचता हूँ, ये जो अप्रोच है, जो स्कूल लेवल का जो अप्रोच है, ये एप्लीकेबल है ड्यूरिंग पर्टिकुलर दिस टाइम, इवन फॉर द हायर एजुकेशन ऑल्सो. यहाँ पे जो क्रिएटिविटी की बात बोला गया है, सो आई फील दैट बीइंग ऑन ऑनलाइन देयर इज अ ह्यूज स्कोप फॉर क्रिएटिविटी. If you go to Play Store, Google Play Store, we will see that there are a lot of applications, mobile applications, wherein there is chemical lab, physics lab, or business plan competitions. Different quizzes are there, wherein I believe that students can participate in these quizzes, and this helps. This motivates them, keep them engaged, help them in the learning. The only part I think where I feel that we need to do a little bit of monitoring, that's whether really they're learning or not. Can we have a track on that? Okay, because like continuous assessment, which is a part of the offline class. If I take a class, immediately I can understand by asking questions, okay, to the students whether they've understood or not. The feedback is very, very immediate. But in online mode, certain times we cannot ask all the students because we have stipulated time for a particular class, 45 minutes. I think that follow-up action is very much required to find out really whether whatever we have taught, whether really students have understood those concepts or not. Ma'am, you have rightly said that being creative is the only way. Being on the digital platform, we can be creative. Lot of technologies are available. Lot of free platforms are available today. We can make use of these platforms to reach out to the students and ensure that what we intend to teach them, they learn those. Thank you, ma'am. Wonderful. Yes, absolutely, you are right.
Just to add something. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boliye, sir.
It was very nice presentation, and I have seen first time in Zoom meeting, and presentation was wonderful. But I would add just one thing: that entrepreneurship, teacher entrepreneurship. That entrepreneurship is not required in the teacher line. It is in all aspects of life. In everywhere you can add that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think sir has said rightly put it. Okay. Generally, entrepreneur means the person who starts a commercial activity or business. But today, the entrepreneurship is understood in a different, no, or in a different way. Entrepreneur doesn't. All persons should be entrepreneur in the sense entrepreneurial, very creative in their way.
Everywhere,
I think
everywhere.
that's what sir said. Very right intervention. Not only teacherpreneur. Now many people will find out, sir, even LinkedIn, they have coined new term, mompreneur. Being a mother, they are entrepreneur. Okay, so a lot of preneur word is suffixed with so many different ways. But you rightly said, each one of us, we need to be creative.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Fantastic, sir.
I'm enlightened. Fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any other question by participant side?
Sir, it was a wonderful presentation. There is no question, it's just an observation. So there are lot many online interactive tools which are available, and all the people must use these. And you have very rightly said to develop creativity among the students. Teacher needs to be creative himself or herself.
Ma'am, the voice was not very clear. Jakpreet ma'am, can you just say what ma'am said?
Yes, sir. Sir, it was just an observation, not any question or. Hello, am I audible, sir?
Ma'am, your voice is very, very low. I'm not able to hear you properly. If someone can repeat what you said, probably I can add on further.
Okay.
Nothing, sir. They just added some their observations, sir.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful.
Yes, sir. And I'm Dr. Bharti from Karnataka, sir.
Okay, okay.
And,
So thank you, ma'am.
and
Thank you.
really, it's a wonderful session for us, sir. You have given a very crystal clear ideas for us. And the way you presented, the way you delivered your lecture, it is so clear to us, sir. And only the thing is, sir, like what you told about the blended teaching and learning process. So it is a must for every teacher now to use it in the classroom. But what is the scenario, or what is the present situation, sir? Like when the even UGC guidelines, skill-based education should be given for the students. Life skills should be taught to everyone. So what happens is, not only for the teachers, also for the students, the theoretical part of life skills, communication skills, that is given, but practically how they have to use and inculcate those skills, it is less taught, sir. So that is a
Absolutely, ma'am. You said rightly, and that's why I have
yes.
seen that in Vishweshwara Technological University, VTU, okay, Karnataka only, okay, even for the theory-based subject like in MBA especially, you will see that principle of management or organization behavior. The last in the module, you will see the lab session. Now, this lab session does not mean typically that there will be computer and the chemistry and the physics lab. This lab session means the hands-on activity, how we can involve. Yeah, that's what I mentioned, ma'am. This project-based learning, this PBL, that can address lot of this kind of problems. The project-based, give a small project to the students, okay, and let them prepare on that and come back and make a presentation. That will help them. Even they learn theoretically, but until unless they put it into action, I'm sure that the gap what you have pointed out, that gap will remain. So that's why there are many skill labs in many institutions. They have developed industry sponsored skill labs. There are soft skill labs also in many institutions they have established. But at the same time, whether these labs are really fulfilling the requirements what for their setup or not, that we need to look into. And we also need to ensure that whatever students they learn, they have to put it into action in practice. And that can only be done. That's why in MBA there are so many mini projects before the final project. Even engineering also, there are 3-4 projects now. Earlier there was only one project in the 6th semester, but now they have to do 3 or 4 projects. So there is a focus on project, mini project, project-based learning, so that their knowledge they can put it into action. Very good observation, ma'am. Right observation, Bharti ma'am.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Wonderful.
sir. As you
Sir,
told,
Sir,
sir,
there are
I
two
will add
questions
to
in the chat box.
Bharti ma'am. Hello.
Yes, sir.
I will add to this Bharti ma'am's observation. This new education policy 2020 that emphasizes on skill development, that secondary, senior secondary, at high school level also, candidates can select academic subject and vocational subject also.
that's only, sir.
Earlier it was there that you can go for academic subjects only and separately for vocational subject. Now it has been combined.
Yes, sir. It is there in NEP 2020.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
We do agree, sir, because we have communication skills laboratory also. Not only the communication skills, we also train the students for soft skills, even for interview skills and group discussions. There are special sessions held where the HR people are asking the staff members to train the students exclusively. As you said, I was fascinated by the notion of teacher plus entrepreneurship, no, sir. That is a welcome skill wherein the teachers use lots of creative methods in order to understand the psychology of the students, the emotional impact and all this stuff. And in the communication labs, the students are even taught how to pronounce a word, how to correct the intonations, the rise and fall of the tone. And for that skill, lots of teaching is imparted and students are following. Very nice session, sir. We felt very close with the topic. Very close, and it was it's a very practical session wherein you have included so many new technologies which are very useful for the teacher as well as student oriented basis. Thank you so much, sir.
So there are two questions in the chat box. The first one is, what are the possible perils of the digital capital?
Digital capital, now we know that cyber security and cyber threat, okay, the cyber security and cyber threat, because of this digital capital, what everyone is talking about today. Now we know, we academicians, all of us have account in ResearchGate. All of us, mostly we have in academia.edu, being the research based portal, and we have the LinkedIn being the professional network. Facebook everyone has, okay, Instagram and Twitter, okay, in other places all of us have our account, and that definitely create our visibility. I believe that most of us have our their own YouTube channel also, okay, because that's very important, okay. Like in MTC Global, I'll just give one example for the matter of example how we can create digital capital. We started for last 2 years, once the pandemic started, we started conference call for paper 365, the virtual conference, okay, wherein any faculty can make a paper presentations, research paper, subject to its acceptance and the thorough review. And these paper presentations, they can submit their video offline of 10 minutes, and this video will be uploaded in MTC Global Headquarter YouTube channel. Now see the digital capital. Earlier, for any conference paper presentations, we know teachers, we go to conference, we make a presentations that is published in the summary of proceedings or in the form of book, okay, but the circulation of that proceeding and the book is very, very limited. Nobody knows our paper presentation and what efforts we have put. But if that particular presentation in the YouTube channel, that means the whole world, anyone with the proper, if you use the hashtag and everything properly in the YouTube, when you upload your paper presentations, anybody in the world, they can view your research work for 10 minutes, then they can approach you directly. Yes, you have done a fantastic research work, okay, why not we can collaborate further on this particular. You may get some consulting assignment, someone may get some industry sponsored project, why not? So can we have our good work, our efforts in the research work, can we keep it in the open platform so that people can access to that? That's what I'm talking about. This is the digital capital. What kind of digital capital we have created by ourselves. Now, how many teachers they have no blue tick in Twitter? No. Okay. Having blue tick in Twitter, if you have a blue tick in Twitter, any good thought, any good research work, if you post in Twitter, it will spread like anything. And a lot of students, a lot of people around the world, they will come to know, yes, there is a new concept, there is a new insight by so and so teacher. Why not approach to him or her for further in-depth study on this particular? So digital capital is a boon, but at the same time, we need to be very, very careful. This is a cautionary for all of us, including me. Today, you know the cyber security, the cyber threat, the Facebook profile is being duplicated, that is being used for money laundering, okay? And even UPI, someone may send you that scan things to send money. If you scan immediately your whole bank account, no, it becomes debited, becomes zero. So lot of this money laundering, lot of scams on online platform, it's happening. We need to be very, very careful. Number one, and students, yes.
Yes, sir. Even the children who are playing online games, sometimes they, get the money deducted from their parents' account.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's a very, very risky. It's a very risky.
Yes,
See, this
online thing is really risky.
Very risky, very risky. And you know that university, they have the database of the students. Now data is the money. If any company, they steal the data from the university website, this is a risk. This is a national threat. If 5 big universities' data is stolen by somebody in other countries, that becomes a national risk. So we have to be very,
in some of the institutions where the website is not that of high level, sometimes it easily gets hacked.
Yes,
it happens. Somebody in Pakistan, they hacked our
yes,
university
yes,
website, and it went defunct for a few days.
Cyber attack, cyber threat. Few days back, our honorable Prime Minister's Twitter account also duplicated. It was there in the news. Now see, they are not leaving anything. That technically is so high.
Along with that, cyberbullying is also an important issue that these days.
No. That is terrific. That is terrific. I'll give one example.
There was an app which was being circulated few days back. Bully by some app was developed by a computer engineering student, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And that was regarding sale of regarding it was something like that, sale of Muslim women, something. I mean, it was odd kind of app which was developed by an engineering graduate.
It also came out as a movie, Jagpreet. It came out as a movie. And women, like how they were affected and all that stuff.
Yes. So, sir, wonderful.
We always feel that going back to the more technology, more threats we feel, sir. Sometimes, you go back to the olden days of handling money, taking cash from the bank. How do you, what is the message you will give us, sir, for this kind of technological threat?
Yes.
How are we supposed to escape from this, safeguard ourselves? Can you give us some kind of some moral boosters?
Definitely, ma'am. I think this is one area we need to really think seriously. The number one, we must make use of the internet for the good purposes. Number one, internet should not make use of us. What popularly, generally we say, the number one. Number two, any unknown people we don't know, we should not accept any Facebook request. Don't reply any WhatsApp reply. Some of the message even we get in the WhatsApp, okay, immediately I block if the person is not known or then a common network. So we need not engage. There is no need. Absolutely no need. We stop this one. We should not any payment request. Someone said me that QS scanner, no? That scan, we have to scan and request. I said I will not scan anything. If you want some money, okay, I'll just send in the Google Pay. I'll say hi. You reply, yes, I am. Okay, I'll validate. If that is okay, then I'll send money. I'll not scan anything. Because sometimes when we scan, this spamware and all those kind of things. Okay, hackers, they hack and they will, okay, debit the complete amount. So you have to be very, very careful that WhatsApp, Facebook, Messenger, all those platforms are very good. We must make use of it for our purpose of teaching, learning, research, and to connect with the similar minded people to build a strong community of learning. That's second. Third, no unknown people we should accept any request. Okay, I don't do it. There is no purpose. It's not going to give any benefit to us. Yes, ma'am.
So there's another question in the chat box by Anil Ji. He's asking, how will the concept of credit bank be useful for the students?
Credit banking.
Yeah.
Okay, from the students.
He's asking what is, he has posted another question. What is the threat of personal data theft? What is personal data theft?
Okay. Now two things. Recently, of late, there is a new concept. Okay, learn fast, pay later. Okay, it has never been used in academic parlance, but now the students, some institutions, they have launched because of this financial distress which is out of this pandemic. They said, okay, students can join the program, they can complete their course, and once they get the job, and hopefully the institution will ensure that the person gets the job, then they have to pay back the money, maybe with some interest. Okay, so that is one aspect of wherein students can learn fast. And
Bhavna ma'am, please mute yourself. Bhavna madam, Bhavna Kadam, please mute yourself.
so that is that is one area, and this is due to
Bhavna madam, please mute yourself.
this is due to this pandemic. This particular scheme is become very popular, wherein students can learn fast, complete their courses, then they can pay later.
Yes,
So,
sir.
ma'am.
Sir, similar, can I add something to
Yes,
this?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Regarding, sir, there is a recommendation by NEP 2020 regarding this credit bank. The recommendation is mentioned as ABC, Academic Bank of Credits, wherein the students, they can earn the credits maybe through online courses, or the credits earned in one institution, they
Credit
can
transfer.
be transferred. They can be
Credit
yeah,
transfer.
They can be,
Credit transfer.
yeah,
Yes.
they can be carried over to other institutions
Yes.
as well.
Earlier
So
it
even
was
for
there
the
only
online
from A to
courses.
A. I have read in that recently
Yes.
there is a little change. Earlier it was there only from A to A category, but now
Yes, sir.
any category can change to anyone. There is no limit.
Yes, yes.
Recently one circular
Even
is
the
there.
online courses.
Online
Even the
courses.
credits, earned through credit courses, they'll be transferred to their, detailed mark sheet.
That is wonderful. That is a fantastic initiative and very timely
Yes, sir.
intervention. Very good initiative, and
Exactly.
NEP, we all are looking
That is
forward.
called credit accumulation.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Whatever they have earned earlier from other university or board, that can be transferred, and a combined mark sheet will be issued. That
Sir,
is the credit accumulation.
every student will have an academic bank of credits they have earned either through offline courses or online courses.
Online courses.
Yeah, that can be carried over from one institution to another.
That is already on in our institute. That is National Institute of Open Schooling.
Yes, sir.
Now I'd like to, with all permission, due permission, I'd like to introduce my good friend, Mr. MP Saha sir, just now who was interacting. He is also from Air Force and we served together. Okay, and he said, okay, Datta, I want to join today's session. Then I sent one message to Dr. Sachin Gupta. He said, okay, he can join. And sir is the regional director, NIOS, Regional Center,
Yes,
Pune.
sir.
And is a very learned person and very charming with a lot of knowledge. So thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
Nice to connect you.
Thank you, Bhola Babu. Thank you, Bhola Babu.
Thank you.
Best wishes, best wishes.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yes.
any other questions? Any other questions from the participants? Yes, please. So the term you were using, teacher entrepreneur, sometimes on LinkedIn people will write edupreneur.
Yes, ma'am. Edupreneur also they write. Yes.
Edupreneur.
Absolutely.
Yeah, use
Absolutely.
that term.
Absolutely.
So Anil Ganvirji, hope you have no more questions. any other participant who wants to ask or share any observation, your own experience of the lockdown period or anything like that?
Yes.
So, friends, yeah.
See, due to this pandemic, this education sector also has reformed a lot. And now I
Sir,
think
it's been
many of them
360-degree reverse.
many of them have to shift from offline examination to online examination in academic also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that
So
exam pattern also.
that has been a challenge for all of us, but we all have done it successfully.
Yes. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thank you.
So it was a kind of forced, shift for all of us from
Correct.
offline to online.
Absolutely.
For the students, for the teachers as well. But
अदरवाइज ये बाद में होना था, लेकिन ये पैंडेमिक आया नहीं, फोर्स हो गया इसमें.
Sir,
Compulsion हो गया.
given a choice, Indians ने नहीं करना था. Since we had no choice, so
नहीं,
we have done it.
इसमें भी बहुत pros and cons है, और बाद में पता चलेगा, बाद में पता चलेगा.
सर वो प्रॉब्लम्स तो कहीं ना कहीं रहेंगी, है ना?
But personally,
सिचुएशन ऐसी थी तो we cannot do anything about it. And स्टूडेंट्स के लिए भी, स्टूडेंट के पार्ट पे भी, if we talk about skill development, if we talk about the psychomotor development of the students, so we say online mode में we can go in for we can take into account the cognitive aspect. We cannot take into account the emotional aspect or the psychomotor and the affective aspect. So that has been lacking, no doubt in it. But by blending Yes.
But Jagpreet, if our resource person was talking about the creativity of the staff members, no, if we take that into consideration, definitely even the online mode, we can serve the emotional quotient of the staff members, the students. Most of the students, the way in which
the creativity of the teacher.
Creativity of the teacher, because most of the online classes, the students go offline in their mental spirit. But suppose we use the creativity as our resource person says, definitely the students, whenever we ask them, are you online, are you sleeping, are you with me, they all say yes. So it gives us kind of an enthusiasm for the staff members also to work with them. So I love the way the presentation was done, because it was most needed now. Because most of the students, they want to write the exams online because they can sit at home, refer the book and write it and go away. The creativity is lost. They just simply become copycats. So I love the session, because it was most necessary for this pandemic and also the present scenario that we are in. So I really love the session, sir. Thank you so much.
There are so many, ma'am, online interactive tools available.
So
we can use, but we have to do some homework for that. We have to learn how to use those, and moreover, teacher has to be creative and enthusiastic enough to use these online tools and see to it where to use and how to use.
Yes, we are learning. We are learning. Actually, we are learning. Actually,
indeed,
because we are not used to this kind of system technology. I am 55 years old, so I was totally lost in touch with, and it is very difficult for me to learn. Actually, but still we are learning.
But still we are doing. That is the best part, ma'am. At least we all are trying, irrespective of the age and our attitude towards use of technology.
Due to this pandemic, that candidates, that student has lost their writing skill.
Yes, sir.
So few students want online examination. Now recently, this Maharashtra State Board of Higher Education, they have allowed half an hour extra.
Yes, sir.
To cover that loss of writing skill.
And sir, we can imagine the fate of those students who were just to join the formal school in first class.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, the moreover,
जहाँ पे writing उनकी शुरू होनी थी, तो वहाँ पे कुछ शुरू ही नहीं हुआ. So what to talk of that writing skill?
Most of them also from first generation students. They don't even know how to use it. They don't have telephone, and they are remote areas where there is no network.
Digital divide. Digital divide is a very important issue, ma'am, when we talk about the backward areas or rural areas where
rural areas.
Digital devices are not available or good network connectivity is not there. Moreover, the issue becomes pertinent when you have boys and girls in your family. There is one digital device available, and the studies show that device is being used by the male child and girl child is left as such.
Again, male chauvinism.
Lot of gender disparity is emerging because of that. Digital divide is particularly in the context of the girl child.
Gender discrimination also is taking place with the digital.
Yes. So somehow we need to I mean, as a parent, as a teacher, we need to, adopt certain strategies to convert this digital divide into digital provide.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Well said, well said.
Absolutely.
Yes, please, Datta sir, over to you.
Okay. Thank you so much once again, and wonderful no conversation at the end. I think that is very important for any kind of no session, faculty development program or workshop. The interaction and the observation and sharing of personal experiences, because all of us know something which no other person may not be knowing. So this conversation is really useful and helpful. I learned a lot from all of you. I extend my heartfelt thanks to my good friend, Mr. MP Sahasar from Pune, the regional director, NIOS. He has been so nice, so good person in Air Force. We are there together in Tejpur, and I still remember those golden days. Thank you so much, the UGC-HRD.
Thank you, Bhola Babu, for giving me a chance to interact with you online.
Thank you,
And
sir.
many
Thank
other
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
participants also. I think I have also learned many things.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir,
So,
for your wonderful presentation
thank
and
you, sir.
interaction.
Once again, thanks to.
Now I request Anju Yadav for a formal vote of thanks to sir on behalf of UGC HRDC JNVU and all the participants. Anju Yadav, ma'am, please.
Okay, ma'am. So, on the behalf of SRDC, General and SNST Jodhpur and participants, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed day speaker, Professor Bholanath Dutta, sir, for this valuable presentation. Sir explained very well how education is sustained in this present scenario of COVID-19 pandemic using online mode. I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was a wonderful session. We all enjoyed interacting with you. Looking forward to many more such opportunities to interact with you.
Thank you,
sir.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure listening to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, friends, now we break for tea and we'll be back by 5 p.m. Hello. Okay, friends, we will meet at 5 sharp for the next session. Thank you.